As always, don't forget to check the video description down below for the best prices on parts and tools we use in today's project. Today, I believe it's a 2011 Mazda 6 with a 2.5 liter engine, and we're going to be replacing the alternator. Let's check it out. Okay, and the first thing you're going to want to do is disconnect the negative battery cable. It looks like an 8mm. Take that off. Then we're going to have to get our belt off, and unfortunately, you're going to have to take this wheel off to get there. And what I did is I just popped the fasteners off here, and then there was one right there. And I just kind of moved this shield out of my way. I didn't take it all the way off. Don't want to waste time if I don't have to. Then it's a 15 right up there. And you can see I put another ratchet on the end of it to give me more leverage. And then you're going to pull it this way to loosen it. And then I took the belt off the crank pulley. And that's how I was able to do it, like a one person. Next, I just came right here, kind of slide your belt off of the alternator. And then we've got this little cover. There was these two little 10mm bolts. I just buzzed them off. Or nuts, not bolts. Right there. And then you'll be able to pull this guy out of your way. And then we've got a covering the main wire connection here. And I might have to use a flathead screwdriver to pop this guy off. Maybe I can get him. Yeah, I'm gonna grab a flathead, and then once we pop that off, here's the new one. You'll be able to see your nut, and you'll be able to take the nut off and get the wire out. Okay, so I was able to reach around this connector, and as you can see, I got it disconnected. When you look at it from that side, it just kind of clips in. So I just kind of pulled from the other side, and it popped open. Then it was a 13 to take that nut off, and then of course you can see I got the nut and the wire off, just sitting right there. The plug-in connector back there, I'm gonna wait till I get the alternator kind of out to take that out, because I just can't get a real good angle to take that wire off just yet. But you have a 13 right here, which I've broken loose, and then I wanted to just set up my ratchet and the extension right there to show you kind of how I got on it. So that's how I'm taking it off. I'm taking all these off from the top, so right there and right there. So you take those two bolts off, and then the alternator will come right out up from the top there. So I just broke this one loose. I've broken this one loose. Next I'm going to break that one loose. Then I'm going to use my little electric ratchet and take them out, and then hopefully we'll just be pulling this guy right out this big open hole. Oh, before you try and take those bolts off, I almost forgot to tell you, there is a wire stuck in right here. You're going to want to take a tool that looks like this. Go ahead, hop behind there, and then pry them out. And I think that's the only hang up. So now I'm going to take these bolts off and try and take the alternator out. So now you will see that I have unmounted the alternator, spun it around, and now you can see we really have access to this electrical connector right here. So what I'll do now is I'll take my pliers, I'll squeeze, and then I'll try and pull. A lot of times that doesn't work. What I usually end up doing is squeezing with the needle nose pliers, and then reaching down there with a pick. This is actually a really big pick. My small 90-degree pick is broken right now, so I just want to use an illustration. But usually I'll take the 90-degree pick and I'll squeeze with the pliers, and with the 90-degree pick I'll pull up on the connector, and that seems to usually get the connector out. So once we do that, I mean, it's just as simple as pulling it up through. Alright, so I got your alternator back out. Make sure to pop your little nut protector off, because we're going to transfer it onto the new one. Coming out, it wasn't like super easy. I mean, it was a little bit of a puzzle, but I mean, it's nowhere near like fight to the death type thing. I got it out in about 45 seconds, so it wasn't really that bad at all. If you see how it is, if you imagine I dropped the butt end of it and kind of turned it in and pushed it down, it would just go right in. And anyways, so I'm gonna snap this on right here. You should just snap right on, and then I'll work on sticking my new one in. lastly, I almost forgot to mention this little piece here for that little guard. You're gonna have to take this off. It's two 8mm. Just take that guy off. Take this guy off. Of course, make sure your alternators look the same, and we'll just set this onto the new one, bolt him up, and that's it, guys. So when I put the new one back in, which I'm gonna have to take it back out now because I forgot to put the old piece on, it just dropped right in, so it's no struggle or anything. So that is it. Not too bad of a job putting the belt back on. You know, just make sure you push it on there and put it back on the crank and make sure everything's lined up, and that's it. So thanks for watching.